Hello everyone. So I went back and got this chart back. That was what silver's price was Saturday. Figured out each of these different types of coins, what their amount is per gram. All the 90% ones run up 80 cents per gram of the melt on the melt value. And the 40% ones run 35. I'm not worried about them so much right now. We're going to see if any of those ones I bought the other day are actually under the melt per gram. It's a real simple way to do it. I'm not going to worry about weighing these because at 65 cents with a war nickel melt being $1.57, them are definitely under melt quite a bit actually. So we're going to pull the dimes first. Now there's one Canadian one in here, which is King George is on it, so it's an 80% silver for sure, although the date's about gone. So what I need this to weigh in order to make these 3 dimes be under melt, it's going to have to be at least, because this bag cost me $6, it's going to have to be at least, let's get these out. So what we got? Canadian dime, I'm looking, geez, that date is gone. It's scraped, worn flat. So I got 3 dimes US. One of them is extremely damaged, as you can see here. Looks like it got shot by a 22 or something. Don't know. So we're going to stick these on the scale, all of them, plus the Canadian dime. I'm getting 9.31 grams with all of it together. It's going to make it under melt. I take the Canadian one off. It's 7 grams. 7 times 80 is 560, I believe. They make a quarter or calculators for. So 7.0, not 3. 7.03 times 0.8. Well, for beyond. God, I'm not having much luck this. All right, we got it all together. Yeah, 562 for those dimes. So, the melt on one that's not worn out is $2.01. So that's 7 grams roughly. So I think it's going to be, well, with the Canadian one, it's under melt. Not a lot, but it is under melt. All right, moving on to the 2 quarters. We'll put these back in the bag. By the way, every time you use one of these scales, you're supposed to put the big weight on there and measure it out. It comes up to the 50 grams it's supposed to. There's only 2 quarters in here, and it was $8.50 to buy them. So I need this to be over 10 grams. So I'm going to put both the quarters on there, and I'm coming up with 11.14 grams for both of them. They're both worn pretty bad. So we take the calculator again, clear, 11.14 times 0.8 equals 891. So even though they're worn, at 850 for the, where'd the bag go? Where did the bag go? So $8.50 for two of them. $8.91 is the melt, so it's a little under melt. Not a lot, but a little. Now, the bigger coins. Paid $18 a piece for these. There's 4 silver dollars in here. The scales weight limit is 200 grams. That's not going to be 200 grams. So we're going to take the $4 out and measure them. And I'll read off each one individually and then give you the grand total by putting them all on the scale. So the first one is, I'll go ahead and show you, 25.03 grams. The second one is 24.69. That one's just a tick under 25. How much is the last one? The last one is got a couple divots that bent it, but it's 25.41. So we stack them all together, all 4 of them, and place them on the scale and see how many grams we got. All together, 4 of these are weighing 100 grams, basically. Since it's 80 cents a gram, you take 100.12 times 0.8 equals $80 worth of silver, according to the amount of grams and how much it is per gram. So they were 18 a piece. So, damn it, 18 times 4, $72, and I came up with about 80. So it's $8 under melt. So each one's about $2 under melt at that price. So I feel like I did pretty good. Now, one other thing I was going to show in yesterday's video about this, and people with a sharp eye might see what I'm talking about. The last coin is pretty ancient for U.S. coins. And what it is, it's an 1835 cap bust 5-cent coin. It's hard telling how many of these are still around that didn't get lost. They're real thin, and if they set outside in the weather because they got lost in 1850 or something, you would probably have holes in the coin from it rotting away. Obviously this has got clean marks and wear marks and all kinds of marks, but it's certainly not something you see too often. And you can see the 5 on there if I can get it to focus. And there's a C and a dot, so it's 5 cents. Don't have, well, I have another one, but it's worn way more than this one is. So, and they were poorly struck back in the day, so you're not going to have consistent. That part there is pretty sharp. This side, it's just gone. And it might not even been struck very well to be in there real well when it was new. It's hard telling. The back is worn more or possibly very poorly struck. But this kind of coin is kind of rare, and if it had been able to be graded, it would be a good 4 at least. It would probably, in a PCGS holder, probably be $70 or $80 to buy. I didn't pay that much, and if you're curious how much these things weigh in grams, it's not very much. This one's 1.25 grams. So it's not very much, but it's kind of a valuable coin. And it wasn't cheap. Let's put it that way. But they're hard to come by. Anyway, I hope that you like this kind of content. So if you do, please like and subscribe, and I will continue to make videos for people to watch as long as it's fun, and it usually is. So have a good night, and we'll see you next time.